The heat index, also known as the apparent temperature, is what the temperature feels like when relative humidity is combined with the air temperature. The heat index directly relates to your body's comfort. When you get too hot, as your body heats up, the heart begins to pump more blood, and blood vessels dilate to accommodate the increased flow. And the tiny capillaries at the upper layers of the skin are put into operation. You'll start to involuntarily perspire or sweat as a way for your body to cool off. If the perspiration can't evaporate, though, your body can't regulate its temperature. The evaporation of the perspiration is a cooling process. When perspiration is evaporated off the body, it effectively reduces your body's temperature. So when the atmospheric moisture content, otherwise called the relative humidity, is very high, the rate of evaporation from your body decreases. So simply put, you'll always feel warmer in humid conditions. The opposite is true when the relative humidity decreases. There's an undeniable direct relationship between the air temperature, relative humidity, and the heat index. As the air temperature and relative humidity increase, the heat index will always increase. Although, when the relative humidity is low, the apparent temperature can actually be lower than the air temperature. Let's say the air temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. 100 degrees Celsius would be too hot. You wouldn't be standing in front of me. So 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And the relative humidity is 15%. And the heat index is now listed lower at 96 degrees Fahrenheit. The heat index is based on work by R.G. Stedman. It was published in 1979. He constructed a table which uses relative humidity and dry bulb temperature to produce the apparent body temperature, the apparent temperature, otherwise known as the way that your body feels. So just like wind chill index, the heat index contains assumptions about the human body to include mass, height, clothing, the amount of physical activity, individual heat tolerance, sunlight, ultraviolet radiation exposure, and the relative wind speed. Significant deviations from these variables does result in heat index values which do not accurately reflect the perceived temperatures. The highest dew point ever recorded, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. It was recorded in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, on July 8, 2003, with an air temperature of 108 degrees Fahrenheit, 42 degrees Celsius, and the heat index was 178 degrees Fahrenheit, 81 degrees Celsius. In the world, the warmest water is found in the Persian Gulf, where the water temperature typically reaches up to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 32 degrees Celsius in summer. Because of this, dew points will always be that high as well. It's important to remember, when you read the heat index, it's based on ambient temperatures in the shade. You can add up to 15 degrees Fahrenheit or 8 degrees Celsius to the heat index values if you're in the direct sunlight. All this talk of hot weather and heat indexes, it reminds me, did you know most people in Canada love summer? It's their favorite day of the year. These are interesting things with JC.